The Los Angeles Lakers have been an incredibly up and down team this year, playing fantastic stretches on both ends of the court and horrible stretches to go with them. And whilst a lot of the talk has focused on the up and down year of Lonzo Ball, the incredible surprise of Kyle Kuzma, and the steady growth of Brandon Ingram, one talented young player's future and true place in this league still remains shrouded in mystery. Julius Randle has always had talent, as one of the best young players in high school before going to Kentucky and eventually the Lakers. Over the last 2.5 seasons, Randle has shown the immense talent he possesses for the game of basketball, but he has also struggled with holding a consistent role in the team and locking in on the defensive end. But he's only just turning 23 and has a long career in the NBA ahead of him, but whether or not that career is with the Lakers and how good it will be, both remain a complete mystery. This video will cover his entire career to date, try and understand Randle's value as a player, and then discuss the Lakers' options when it comes to Randle's future. Julius Randle was born in Dallas, Texas, and would go on to play his high school basketball at Prestonwood Christian Academy in Texas. Here he would launch his name onto the national scene as one of the best young basketball players in the country and high school. As a senior in high school, Randle would average an incredible 32.5 points and 22.5 rebounds a game. To put it simply, Randle was just too big and too strong for anyone in high school to cover, and his second jump, quickness, and relentlessness on the offensive glass was impossible to contain. As a result of this incredible play, Randle was ranked as the number 2 player in the country in 2013, and had his pick of which college program he would attend. Like so many other top-tier talents, Julius would take his talents to Kentucky, home of John Calipari and one of the best programs in the country for players who wanted to just play one season and declare for the NBA draft. Randle joined the Harrison twins, Dakari Johnson and James Young on the Kentucky team, and helped them reach the national championship game over an incredible season for Kentucky. They would lose to Connecticut in the championship game, but it was a truly stellar season from the Texas big man, who recorded 15 points and 10.4 rebounds a game as he broke the school record for most double-doubles by a freshman in Kentucky history. With this incredible success at the college level, Randle would declare for the draft, but he would not go as high as he had previously been ranked, as scouts had begun to clue in on a few of his flaws. Randle couldn't shoot threes and wasn't a consistent shooter from the perimeter in general. He had used his strength and athleticism to bully his way to the rim in college and high school, and scouts were worried that this might not translate over to the NBA. Plus, there were concerns that he wouldn't be able to contain power forwards and centers defensively due to his short arms and not being incredibly athletic to begin with in comparison to a lot of players in the NBA. Randle would slip all the way to the Lakers at pick 7, after Wiggins, Jabari Parker, Joel Embiid, Aaron Gordon, Dante Exum, and Marcus Smart had all been selected already. Many saw this as a fantastic place for the young rookie to develop, as the Lakers were rebuilding and lacked big man depth at this point. But tragedy would strike, and Randle would break his legs just 14 minutes into his first game, ruling him out for the entire season. Luckily, the break was relatively clean, and Randle had successful surgery to repair the entire fracture and the break, allowing him to return to the court with full athleticism in his second year. Although he was technically ineligible for Rookie of the Year this season, he was essentially a rookie, and had one of the better first seasons of play in the NBA that season. He averaged 11.3 points and 10.4 rebounds a game, a double-double in his first season, and even if this was on relatively poor shooting percentages, it is still a fantastic season for any rookie. And it was a fantastic bounce-back season for Randle, and Lakers fans and pundits around the league felt he could turn into a fantastic small ball center and traditional power forward if he could develop a decent mid-range shot and three-point shot. Randle showed a lot of promise in his second year after this, and whilst he averaged less rebounds, he averaged slightly more points and showed growth as a passer as he averaged 3.7 assists a game. The Lakers gave him the ball a lot more and looked to unleash him in transition, as he had permission to push the pace when he grabbed the rebound and take advantage of transition defenses. He thrived in these sets and used his great pace and downhill ability to get to the rim, and if defenses collapsed too hard on him, he would kick it out to trailers for threes or easy layups. Sometimes this plan would work incredibly well, and Randle managed to record 3 impressive triple-doubles where he created for himself and his teammates and cleaned up the glass at a fantastic rate. But teams would pressure Randle frequently with the ball and force him to pick up his dribble before he could attack the glass, and Randle would thus turn it over 2.3 times a game to go along with his 3.7 assists. But Randle's finishing at the rim also improved this season, and Lakers fans are excited to see what he could do this year with improved spacing, the passing of Lonzo Ball, and the boxing out abilities of Brook Lopez. And Randle looked good in the offseason. He lost weight and was in the gym working on his shooting and finishing around the rim. But the rise of Kyle Kuzma and Larry Nance's natural chemistry with Lopez and defensive prowess put a huge question mark on who would be starting at power forward this season for the Lakers. And to Randle's dismay, it was Nance that won the initial spot, with Luke Walton citing the chemistry and ability to play next to Lopez being the biggest factor. But Nance has gone down with a hand injury and would be out for 6 weeks, and Walton promoted Kuzma to the starting lineup. A move that is completely justifiable, as Kuzma has been absolutely lights out this season and is easily one of the most impressive rookies this year. But Randle has seen his minutes uptick as a result as well, and has even been seeing some playing time at centre when Lopez sits down, as well as minutes next to Lopez. This response by Julius is a huge testament to his character, as he obviously would have wanted to continue starting this year, especially in his contract year. Instead, he has brought effort in every single minute that I have seen him play, and although he may occasionally make a silly play or turnover, you can live with it when he brings the high energy and motor to score, defend, rebound, and create. He reminds me of a gigantic Russell Westbrook in this sense, in that he brings it every game, but at the same time makes plays that have you pulling your hair out. And the stats this season are reflecting Randle's improvement as a player. In just 21.2 minutes a game off of the bench, he's averaging an incredible 12.2 points, 6.9 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and 0.8 blocks per game. He is also shooting the highest true shooting percentage of his career with a 59.4% true shooting percentage, showing his dedication to improving his shot selection. In his previous 2 seasons, you could see Randle trying to resort to what worked in college, by bullying his way to the rim and throwing up shots that would work against shorter defenders. But he has finally realised that this just won't fly in the NBA, and is taking better looks at the rim or slowing down when the look isn't there in transition and pulling the ball back out for a half-court set. On top of this, Randle has been playing much better defense, and his footwork and effort to contain the pick and roll has been fantastic compared to previous seasons. This has allowed bench units to lock down opposing teams on defense and go on big runs behind the strong play of Randle, Clarkson, and other Lakers mixed into the bench lineups. This improved play and the solid last 2 years would have many thinking that the Lakers plan on locking up Randle for an extended period of time. But the Lakers didn't extend him when they could, and instead are allowing him to test free agency at the end of this year. And it'll be very interesting to see what they do, and it will rely heavily on how they view Randle as a player. If they think he can play small ball center in the future, then I think they will be much more likely to match an offer for Randle, as they likely view Nance and Kuzma as their main options at the 4 going forward, both of whom are on much cheaper contracts. And this will be the main problem for the Lakers this offseason, as they have to manage their salary cap very carefully to ensure that they can build a contender around Ball, Kuzma, and Ingram. And there are a few rebuilding teams that may give a big offer to Randle. The Brooklyn Nets are the main team that I think could lash out and splurge on Randle in restricted free agency, as they have an enormous amount of cap space and it could easily slot in at the 5 in Kenny Atkinson's fast-paced pick-and-roll focused system. And without their draft pick this year, they'll be looking to free agency to add talent to their roster once again. So if the Lakers expect a team like the Nets to give Randle an offer sheet, they'll have to consider whether or not they will match it now. Because if they won't match it, it would make sense to look to trade him now and extract some value from Julius Randle. But if the market isn't there for him, then the Lakers might not want to trade him for pennies on the dollar, and take a gamble instead that no one will give him huge money and that they can try and lock him up on a team-friendly deal for a long time. There are so many variables at play with Randle's free agency, including the fact that he is still only 23, and the Lakers will have to carefully navigate the trade deadline and free agency to ensure they don't make a mistake. Sign him to too big a deal and it could seriously hurt their cap flexibility, but if they let him go for little to nothing, it could hurt them just as much. Whilst the play of Randle has been fun this season, it isn't as interesting as the curious case of his upcoming free agency this summer. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to like and subscribe for more NBA videos in the future, and leave a comment below of what you think of Julius Randle and the Los Angeles Lakers.